Alright, Meow. Hope y'all are doing well on this fine Monday. That you had a good Wednesday through weekend. We are picking up where we left off. We're beating Team Rocket in Cerulean Cave. We're then going to beat Claire and start working on getting all the mons we need for fighting the Elite Four. I have a pretty good idea what the team's gonna end up being. We need to get Volcanion out of a raid den because that's the only water fire mon. I already have Swampert. I'm gonna want to grab Walking Wake because Dragon. Probably Gorbis because Dazzling plus Fairy coverage. Urshifu / Keldeo because of fighting. And then Barbarical because priority rock move. That'll be useful against flying and fire types. This upcoming fight, it's a back-to-back. You fight 4 mon, then you fight another 4 mon. I have a pretty good idea what that's gonna be, but I may have to catch 1 mon that I decided I want to use because it's relatively fast. And it is the other Water Steel mon, thanks to Rad Red making up megas. So it's gonna be Greninja with loaded dice. That way Water Shuriken hits the max amount of times. That's gonna be for Mamoswine. Keldeo is gonna be for Durant. Kingler is an answer to Mimikyu. Swampert is an answer to Houndoom. Barbarical is for flying. And Polion with competitive is for anything with Intimidate. I don't know if I have a Krabby because that'll be Kingler, so I may have to get that. It's also possible that I already have a Krabby. I'm not sure. Okay. Level cap is 79. So we'll get there as well. All right, we got our Swampert, very good. Kip, named after the mud Kip that Galvanix was using in his mystery dungeon. Good, we do have a Mr. Krabs, awesome. I don't have to go out of my way to catch that now. Let's see. All right, that's fine. We're just gonna get their levels up now, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's see. That competitive is nice because every time its stats are lowered, it gets a +2 to special. So it's basically a free nasty plot. And I like that because Mega Mile, quite tanky, but only on the physical side. It does have a meaningful amount of special defense, but I think a nasty plot will be more than enough to get it. Oh, excuse me. HQ, thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I love the cat emotes of McCoy, Kirk, Spock, and Schrodinger. I hope the antibiotics are working and that you and Spock are almost completely better. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well today. We're just getting the team ready to fight the Team Rocket admin battle. Because I hovered over them and it told me their names. All right. I hope Luciferum is doing well. Let's see. Mr. Krabs is going to be my answer to Mimikyu because it's fast and has steel coverage. I do have to evolve him though. All right, let's see. I'm not sure if I'll use Crab Hammer because 90 accuracy sucks. But maybe I hold on to it. Oh, very nice. It's always useful to have friends in low places, you know? After we get this fight done, then it's Giovanni 3. It's Claire, i.e. the Dragon Lady, aka the Gone Girl with the Bad Dragon Tattoo. I do not. Does it allow you to shitpost and chat with your cats? Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, but okay. I mean, clearly you had a specific implication in mind, right? All right. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome. That is amazing. I love that for your sister 42, and I love that for you. In an effort for me to make affiliate, I am only streaming 2 hours every day now. Well, the 3 days that I stream, because while I'm grateful that you, Samila, and others are able to help with the numbers, my numbers are going down because like half my stream there's no one here. So I'm hoping by going down to 2 hours 3 days a week, your contributions will be more fruitful, and I'm grateful for that as well. Thank you for stopping by. All right, let's see. We have Iron Head, so we don't need to worry about Meteor Mash. Let's see. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, let's see. I think I already have the Kingler right. I need to check. I may not have it. I do have it. Okay, good. I had to make sure I had it. I'm not doing bad. Mom was ill, but we figured out the issue of it, so she'll probably be able to go back to work tomorrow. The long and short of it was she got a really bad case of inflammation after getting the flu vaccine, and we didn't know what it was, but now we know. So it's resolved mostly. Let's see. So we want Iron Head because it doesn't miss. Well, it has 100 accuracy, but there's no evasion moves in the game, so it realistically doesn't miss. All right. And then after I beat Mono Water, we're doing Mono Normal. That way, when Dr. Justice watches the VODs, he can see me doing Mono Normal. That was a run he wanted me to do a while ago, and I never did it because normal is really boring. Yes. I live with mom, i.e. secondary abuser. Primary abuser is dead. I never was able to get out on my own because the last job I had fell through, and realistically, if streaming doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to get a part-time job in meat space. But sadly, I was never able to get out from under my parents' thumb. All right, let's see. And that's what also makes it so stressful, is because mom's the only one who makes money. So it's still kind of the same thing where it's like, oh boy, I'd love to have some autonomy and have some say, but I don't fucking have any because I don't bring anything to the table. And I'm grateful that you have your sister there, HQ, so you don't have to be in that situation. All right. Okay, good. I'm trying to see if I need another ability prior, you know? Let's see. Flip turn wouldn't be bad. Charles Murphy, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Right now we're working on making a team for the back-to-back fight in Cerulean Cave in Radical Red, which is more or less a difficulty ROM hack of Fire Red, but it offers a lot of quality of life. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. All right, what else do we need? None of those are that exciting, so I probably won't grab it. I think it can get Sword Dance though, so I will grab that. Alright. And let me look at speed. I want to outspeed Meownwell, which isn't going to be hard. And I also need to outspeed Mimikyu. So 96 is what I need to beat. Let me look at its Mega again. Alright. Okay, good, we beat that. So then I'm just gonna attack Max, and that'll be fine. Carlos Murphy, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Awesome, we love that. Alright, so yeah, we are gonna go attack up, Adamant. I can go to Fuchsia and get Sword Dance. Even if I don't have the ability to set up, there might be a turn where I'm not doing anything, so it's like, oh, we'll just get a Sword Dance in. Alright, let's see. Thank you. Alright, so I'm actually gonna give Sword Dance to Nice because I think I was using Home Claw earlier because I didn't have access to it, you know. So yeah, we're gonna ditch Crab Hammer. The 90 accuracy is a bit crap. What else? No. I think I'm gonna keep the Shell Smash and I'll go White Herb instead. Alright. Thank you for the lurk, HQ. I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I hope that you and the cats have a good evening. So yeah, this is the guy that sells White Herb. White Herb's great because it lets you do something like double Overheat in a row or double Shell Smash without taking a massive stat drop. On the first one at least. Alright, we're also gonna grab some Lumberry while we're here. We are almost ready to go for the upcoming fight. I'm just getting everyone sorted. Okay. We can give him a berry since we need Mega Kingler instead. Alright, let's see. It's Mamoswine, Durant, Mimikyu, Houndoom. Then as soon as you beat those four, it immediately goes into Hatterene, Rhyperior, Honchkrow, and Mega Meownwell. I think I'm gonna grab Flip Turn for Swampert, just so I can get a relatively easy pivot, you know? And we're gonna lead with Pepe. We're gonna do Loaded Dice Water Shuriken. That way we get the max amount of hits, because Mamoswine has Focus Sash. Okay. I'm gonna ditch Bulk Up for now. It's not a huge deal. We'll do that for now. Let's put we want a steel type in the top right, because if I lose my first mon, then the second one is coming in, and we want to use steel against what's her face, Hatterene, because it's super effective on fairy. All right, so it'll be Nero. Actually, no, we want Mr. Krabs in the top, because Nero isn't gonna do enough damage otherwise. I think I'm gonna do Citrus Berry for generic healing. I already do enough damage, so I'm not super worried. Okay. I can always redo these items if it turns out they're not right. Actually, Choice Band is fine because we're relying on Accelerock essentially. Actually, no, I'm gonna do the White Herb so I can double Shell Smash, since Choice is gonna lock me in, you know. Loaded Dice for Greninja. So, Charlos, do you play Pokemon at all? Ah, there it is. Okay. All right, so Pepe. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, we're good. We're gonna save, and then we're gonna go take on Team Rocket. The fight after, in my opinion, is easier, because you don't have to fight 8 mon in a row with no healing between. And while it is a double battle with AI, Lance is a better teammate compared to someone like Brendan, who's absolute garbage. All right. And then in order to trigger it, you have to actually go to Viridian. And they're like, oh yeah, by the way, this is a thing. And it's like, ah. Okay, good. We have Ice Spinner. Ice Spinner is important because it's a way to destroy terrain. And in the Geo 3 fight, it's Psychic Terrain. You don't want that terrain up because it blocks priority moves. And it makes, what's it called? Expanding Force, i.e. Expanding Dong, do a lot of damage. All right, let's go. So we're gonna more or less try to skip through here as much as we can. There's only, I think, like 2 mandatory fights before the back-to-back. All right, good. This is one of them. All right, we want U-turn. We're gonna stay in, I think. Ah, that's fun. Good old explosion, you gotta love it. For some reason, I thought it was gonna try to set up on me. If I knew it was gonna explode, I would have just bailed because, you know, Lamau. Close combat, very useful to have. This is the second mandatory fight. All right. Let's pivot out. Going to Bojack. The reason why we're using Keldeo is she's realistically the only water fighting special attack oriented mon I have. And I'm gonna need that for things like Primal Dialga and Melmetal and a few other Pokemon that E4 has. Let's pivot out because fighting loses to flying. We're gonna go for Nice, and we're gonna Accelerock. And we're just gonna keep accelerating because it does a lot of damage. I forgot how tanky Mandibuzz was. That's why I didn't like one hit. This is probably gonna take a few tries, but I think we'll be okay. VOD friends and lurkers, in order to help with my affiliate goal, I stream 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday through Wednesday. And I'm gonna save one more time. Want to be careful. Let's go. So ideally, water shuriken hits 5 times instead of only 4, and that kills. Okay, that might not. I don't love that, because then he's gonna endeavor an ice shard probably. I mean, okay. Let's hope I don't need Pepe for the other fight, because I can't heal him. So Mimikyu has Shadow Sneak. I actually may keep Greninja in, because the multi-hit move will bypass Disguise, at least on the first hit. And then we're getting some good chip damage on Mimikyu. Okay. It did not hit 5 times. Feels bad. That's the problem with loaded dice. It doesn't guarantee you hit the max. It just means you'll hit more than you would. Okay, so now we have Mr. Krabs for this. We already broke the disguise, so I believe this one hits. Huge, 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 huge. I love that. This is kind of an issue, so I'm gonna flip turn out, or I'm just gonna be dead. So that's actually a huge issue. All right. I may have to reset. I am not pleased. Okay. Okay. So this might be salvageable. The issue is Hatterene. All right, we're gonna flash cannon, and it gets Trick Room off, sadly. So slower mon or faster now. But that lets me go first with Ice Beam, so it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. But that means Mile and Rhyperior are now going to outspeed anyone I have, which is actually kind of terrifying. All right. I'm going to go in with Kip. This is still not ideal. Yeah. I don't love that. I need to let the time on it run out. Okay. This is very much not ideal. We might be okay though, because we still have 2 mon that I can use. I'm gonna go into Nero. This way we get the Intimidate. Oh, that's right, because I swapped in. Okay. This is gonna hurt a lot because I don't have the what's it called? I didn't get the +2 special. So we're gonna go for Surf, and we're gonna hope that it's enough. It's not. We are not in a good place here. All right, let's see. White Herb will help. Okay. So yeah, not bad. But the issue there realistically was the fact that I did not expect to lose Mr. Krabs in like one hit, you know? So that's very much not ideal. But I feel like that was a pretty good first attempt, you know? It also didn't help that Pepe did not do nearly enough damage. All right, there we go. Yeah, it does not hit enough times. All right. Huge. All right, so now we know that Superpower is just literally gonna one-hit me. So we swap into Bojack. We avoid the attack that's huge. It's Hustle and Life Orb. That's why it hits so hard. That's massive. RNG, sometimes it breaks in our favor. Nice. Okay, this is already a way better start than last time. I think this kills in one hit. Yeah, it's huge. All right, so we're already, this is a way better second go of it. We are gonna, I mean, I don't love that, but it's okay because we can back wave. We want to swap out into Nice. Accelerock. Not ideal, but we're fine. The water will offset heat waves because steel loses to fire. And then Rhyperior. So we got a second try, hell yeah. Alice Leo, hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. We just beat the back-to-back admin battle in Rad Red Mono Water. Now we're gonna take on Geo3. Yes, happy Meow Day as well. Thank you for stopping by. Love the Rainbow Amogus. I'm not doing bad. What are you up to? Do you play Pokemon? I'd say it's going well overall. All right. So now we gotta prep for Geo3. We want to have someone to get rid of the psychic terrain. We are gonna want a Darkmon to deal with Mewtwo, and I'm not sure what else we're gonna use yet. All right. We're gonna pull up the Geo fight. So we know that Dragapult will one-hit the Tapu Lele. It's either gonna be Defog or it's gonna be Ice Spinner because we want to get rid of the terrain. I already said my day's going well, Leo. Thank you, though. I'm glad that you enjoy it. All right, so let's see. We could do Defog, but we could also go for Ice Spinner, which will destroy the terrain and do damage, which is kind of nice. Let's see. Problem is not everyone can learn Ice Spinner, and I think the only Watermon that can learn Defog are flying types. So it'd be 4 times weak to electric, 2 times weak to rock. All right, so since it's mono water, it has to be water types. All right, so we could use a Zoomerl. We could do Urshifu, but fighting loses to psychic. So we're definitely not using anyone with fighting. Okay. I could go Cloyster, but Cloyster's very slow. Cloyster also has the issue of having F-Fall for special defense. All right. And we don't want Poison because Poison loses to Psychic, Poison loses to Ground. So if I'm gonna do it, Dreadnaught's gonna get dunked on by fighting. Maybe Iron Bundle, but probably not. I may have to go Defog instead. I'm glad you're doing well. Hopefully the project bears fruit, whether it be a grade, whether it be money. I can wholly understand being tired after doing that. Favorite Pokemon? Honestly, it's hard to say. I like Pokemon for various reasons. Sometimes I like them because of their typing. Other times I like them because of their moveset or their base stat total. Sometimes I like them because looks. So, for example, Gardevoir, her shiny is black, red, and blue. I much prefer that to her normal sprite. Fairy Psychic is also a good typing, but Mega Gardevoir is also really squishy. So it's hard to say toy gun to my head that she's my favorite, right? Yeah, I mean, Dragonite's an OG. Dragonite has good coverage. Dragonite has Dragon Dance, Dual Wing Beat, Multi-Scale. Its first two forms, their shiny's pink, so that's huge. It's a shame that Dragonite, it's a green shiny, but I mean, maybe you like green. So, the Mon that I've gotten a lot of mileage this run has actually been nice, i.e. Barbaracle, because it has Tough Claw, which will boost Aqua Jet and Excel Rock. It's also relatively slow, but it has 2 priority moves. So I'm gonna say, for the sake of being whimsical, Barbaracle is my favorite this run. Alright, so if we're not doing Ice Spinner, I think we'll do Defog then instead. And then I'm gonna have to figure out who that can be. Alright, let's see. Move. Defog. We have to get rid of the Psychic Terrain, because Psychic Terrain blocks priority moves and it makes Psychic moves stronger. We don't want that being a thing. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give Defog to Empoleon, and then I'm gonna have to hold a Ground Berry because I'm gonna get dunked on by all the ground moves. Okay, that's our answer. That actually works just fine for me. We'll also get a attack bonus because we have competitive, and we'll hit Intimidate, and it's basically a free nasty plot. All right. No, wrong berry. Okay, so we're gonna lead with Nero because he's an Emperor Penguin, so, you know, it makes sense. In case you want to check out the stream more often, Alice Leo, I stream Pokemon, Pallas Cats, and crime coverage every Monday through Wednesday, 7 p.m. through 6 p.m. through 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, so with Shuckaberry, Defog, probably instead of Protect. All right. I was really hoping it could have learned Ice Spinner, but sadly it can't. All right. There's Defog, okay. So we'll keep Surf, we'll keep Flash Cannon, we'll keep Ice Beam, okay. So then we want a Dark Mon, because Dark will help deal with Mega Mewtwo. And I'm still not sure what I'm doing for the rest of them. Like, these two are dead, this is a non-issue. But the rest of them are kind of horrifying. All right. Dark Water. The fighting's gonna be an issue. The fire won't be a huge issue. I probably have to go Dark holding a Fighting Berry. I could go Greninja. The only thing with Greninja is very squishy. So I'm not sure if I bother. I may. Alright, let's see. I played a little bit of Mario when I was a kid. I had a Super Nintendo, but I didn't get to play video games growing up, which is one of the reasons why I'm playing them as an adult. Did you ever get to play Mario? Alright, let's see. Okay. I could go Mega Gyarados for this. It's not a terrible idea. I kind of want to go Mega Gyarados for this just because it's relatively bulky, you know? Oh, okay. That's awesome. I love that for you. Do you have a favorite character within the Mario universe? I was always a fan of Luigi because I felt like he deserved more love because it was always all about Mario and Yoshi, you know? So, yeah, it's gonna be Gyarados Mega for this fight. And then we need one more Mon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're staples of the genre for a reason, you know? Alright. I might keep Barbarical for the last one because priority. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Alright. Because Greninja's so squishy, that's why I'm less inclined to actually use him for this fight. We don't need Swampert either. Maybe we keep Barbarical. There's also a world that I use Walrein because Fur Coat. Whenever it pops up on notifications, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. I mean, Golisabod would also be a good answer for the Psychic, but it's bugs, so it loses to a lot of other things, you know? All right, let's see. All right, Gyarados. I actually haven't even been able to use Nibbler yet because he didn't have any good moves early on. So it was like, All right, we're gonna dig out just so we can get his moves sorted. All right. Sadly, the dev of this moved Dragon Dance to like the end of the game. Apparently dragons are OP. Alice Leo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Also, we're gonna do a short break for Pallas Cats. Pallas Cats, i.e. Manul, are wild cats. They are endangered. There's less than 57,000 of them in the world. I'm a big fan of them. They're round. They have rounded ears, rounded eyes. They're very big on staying low to the ground because they're ambush predators. And there's a lot of... So, I don't mind, but if you're going to try to be like, give me your Discord so you can look at my art, in all honesty, I'm not overly interested because this sounds like a very convoluted sales pitch for you to try to sell me something. All right, we are going to pull up some Pallas Cat videos though. It's going to be a combination of trail cams and ones from like zoos and such. Yeah, sure, okay. I love the glowing eyes. It's like a laser beam. No idea where this trail cam was from. It doesn't have like a little thing. But I'm a big fan of them. They more or less live in mountainous regions, the steppe, sometimes even deserts. He's very sneaky, absolutely. He has to be. Let me get one where he's out there doing more things. I mean, you could just tell me what your handle is, and I'll look it up probably you have an Instagram or a DeviantArt or something. Don't put the link in because I have links blocked from all the bad actors who more or less be like, oh, here's a keylogger, Lamau. Let's see. Here's another one. Wildcam. Presumably China or another one of those countries. Yeah, I'm not gonna give my Discord out, sorry. This very much sounds like a sales pitch. That's why I'm so reticent. I also like the music. I've never seen a Nightmare on Jack Skellington, but that's what this music reminds me of, you know? I love the little white socks he's got as well. So adorable. Also, fully grown, they're only about 4 to 5 kilograms. They are not large. We will do one. I mean, you're an artist, so presumably you have an Instagram or a DeviantArt or something, so you can just tell me the name of it and I'll look it up. I have zero interest in talking to someone on Discord who's probably trying to sell me something. I'll look it up there and then I'll be able to see what. Yeah, I can look it up on your Twitter as well. I could absolutely do that. This is gonna be when Kara was still alive. She was one of the female Pallas Cats at the Big Cat Sanctuary in the UK. Her and her partner Jethro are dead, sadly, but they're in the great step up in the sky, and I love that for them because there's verses in the Bible that talk about animals being in heaven. So that's my copium. Yeah, I will absolutely, yeah, that is absolutely a good way to put it. Turns out years of trauma and abuse makes it hard to trust anyone. I'll pull this up real quick while this video goes through, though. She's a very, yeah, Kara is absolutely a very good girl. The fits, absolutely doing a bit of a spin. She wants to get comfy. Very adorable. Sadly, Kara and Jethro never went on to mate, but they won the Big Cat World Cup last year, and they were absolutely adorable. So, more or less outreach, etc., more awareness, and we love that. I think I have at least one more of Kara. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna let it replay while I look for the other one that I have of her. Where are you? All right, I couldn't find it, so we're gonna do one of Pozzy. He's another male Pallas Cat. Currently, he lives in America, and he had a brother born this year. Starting bid to name him is like $1,000, and I think it's the Great Plains Zoo in Nebraska. I don't know what he's gonna be named, but he's very adorable. And he, obviously, because he was just born, he's quite small. So this is gonna be Pozzy's birthday celebration. He probably has some enrichment, which is like the colorful bowl or thing in the middle. He also does a big sniff and knocks over the camera a few times. He's 3 years old, so he's quite young. I love the big sniffs. They are very wholesome. We're gonna let it go a few times because it is a short video. I'm just looking for something real quick. Yes. Oh no, Pozzy is very curious, and I'm a big fan of him. I'm gonna actually see if I can find the pictures that I was talking about of Pozzy's little brother. Let me see. Okay, I did find one of them. So yeah, that was Pozzy's little brother at 8 weeks. They're doing a checkup for him in that picture. Trying to find the other ones. Yeah, very small, very tiny. There's actually 5 of them in that one, I think. Let me see if I can see the rest of them. Or not. Okay. Let me just go to it then. They're doing a check of his twofers, which is very important. Then you also have Pozzy in his little wicker basket. Some would call him the Wicker Man, but there's no bees, so that's probably for the best. Pozzy is also willing to be very silly. They love to do a silly. All right, hold on a second. No. No. Yeah, there's actually quite a few of them doing a blep. The word I like to use is they are silly maxing, or just being silly. Let me see if we can find 1 or 2 more of them being silly. Then we'll go back to Pokemon. All right. So this is that's Lotus being very silly. Lotus is one of the flower 5. So you have Lotus, Grusha, Iris, and there's 2 others I'm currently forgetting. They were 5 Russian Pallas Cats. Their mother was Shawl, I believe, but sadly Shawl died like 2 weeks later, so I don't know who they were raised by. To my understanding, most, if not all, of the Flower 5 are still alive, and they're absolutely adorable. Grusha, for example, means pear in Russian. Also, that's Polly. She's getting her silly max on. She usually defaults between being silly and war crimes. All right, back to Pokemon. So those two, and then the last one was gonna be, I'm not sure, maybe Barbaracle, probably not, due to fighting, due to ground, etc. And we're also gonna go Moxie instead, so I can more or less get the ball rolling on the ability to sweep. Yes, absolutely. Yes, okay. So Barbaracle's probably gonna go for this one. Let's go to the move tutor because I know I need to give some stuff to Gyarados. Also, Alice Leo, I was finally able to look at your art on Twitter, and I love that for you. I currently have an artist doing my logo. It's taking longer than I would have liked, but it's not that big of a deal because he's been giving me regular updates, which honestly is very important. I did a quick scroll, and I really like the one you reposted, the Nido King, or maybe Nido Queen, more or less in a meadow. Looks really cool. Josie, hope you're doing well. Thank you for stopping by. Right now we're just sorting the team for the Geo 3 fight in Mono Water, Rad Red 4.1, which is a difficulty ROM hack of Fire Red. Let's see. He doesn't have anything. Boo! Boo! Boo. Alright. So we will grab Aqua Fangs. I'm not sure if he gets Aqua Tail. We do grab D-Dance. I'm really glad that it naturally gets D-Dance. That means I don't have to wait all the way until the end of the game to actually get it. Okay, so we do get Aqua Tail. I wasn't sure. So that's actually not, that's better. We absolutely are going to want Crunch as well. And if I end up bringing Mega Gyarados to E4, then I'm going to have to fight, what's his face? The Swampert kid for Earthquake. Let's see if he can learn anything else that I have here at least. No. Maybe he can get Flip Turn. Probably not though. He's a big boy. I mean, that's definitely interesting, but 90 accuracy hurts, you know? I mean, that's not terrible. I may give him that just so I have fire coverage. But I do already have steel coverage, so I think I'll just go Temper Flare for now. Alright, let's see. Where were you? Alright, so that covers Mewtwo. That covers the Psychic Terrain. So we realistically just need one more... What's it called? One more Mon, because you only bring 3. T-Tar is kind of scary. Excadrill's relatively scary as well, especially because of the weather. So it occurs to me we're going to want to use a Drizzlemon to get rid of the weather, because Sand Veil, Sandstream, all those things are pretty terrifying. Okay. So knowing that, then, I think I'm going to use Politoed, because it will cover, what's it called? It'll cover the weather issue without being a secondary typing and losing 2 times to rock. None of them have grass, so I don't have to worry about a Rindo Berry, which is nice. I could go Assault Vest because I don't need to use Rain Dance. I can naturally have it via Drizzle, and that would definitely make her tankier, which is nice. Okay, let's see. Oh, I don't have Assault Vest because I never showed Jasmine a really tanky Mon. That's actually on me. So let's resolve that right now, and then we'll give it to Politoed. All right. Yeah, you can fight the Johto trainers in here, and they give you sometimes Mon or abilities / items. And I need to show Jasmine it for the Assault Vest, which basically buffs your special by a lot. It just means that you can't use, what's it called? You cannot use status moves. Okay, there we go. And then I think we'll be good to go. Violet Disciple, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you've been having a good weekend into Monday, that your Nuzlocke is going well. Thank you so much for the raid. Right now we are working on Mono Water in Rad Red 4.1. I'm getting ready for Giovanni 3, which is a double battle between me and Giovanni with Lance as my teammate. Violet Disciple, they play Radical Red. They like to do some PvP in Scarlet and Violet. They stream often. Please check them out. Thank you. So if you're not familiar with Geo 3 Violet, it's a double battle with Psychic Terrain, Tapu Lele and Scrafty, Excadrill T-Tar, Celesteela, and Mega Mewtwo, who instantly comes back to life when it dies into its Mega Evolution. So we are going to defog to get rid of the Psychic Terrain. We have a Darkmon to deal with the Psychic moves. That being said, Aura Sphere is really gonna hurt, so I'm probably gonna have to go special defense up on my Mega Gyarados. We also have a Drizzle Politoed with Assault Vest to get rid of the weather, and that's gonna be the team, because I only get 3 Mon. Lance has Dragapult, Dialga, and Mega Salamence. After this, we then have to fight Claire, and that'll give us access to Victory Road. We will go careful. Okay. I'm actually gonna stick with that because, well, while I need Politoed to do stuff, the biggest thing is getting rid of the weather, you know? So we will stick to that nature. We just need to get her level up. I probably have access to things like Blizzard and such. I don't think she's gonna be able to get Hurricane since she's a frog. Let's see. I mean, none of those are great, so let's check the rest of it. Okay, so Psychic, Hydro Pump doesn't get perfect accuracy in Rain. We're gonna stick to the Scald because I want to see if I can get a burn. I think it's like a 10% chance. We're not actually using Metagross. He was only in my party to get the, what's it called? Assault Vest from Jasmine. Anyone who's not familiar, I stream every Monday to Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. I cut my hours down a bit because I'm really trying to hit affiliate. Okay. It feels like such a troll that Gyarados actually learned some halfway decent moves that are special, despite having no special attack. No. Okay. Actually, that's kind of interesting that it gets Aura Sphere. I did not know that. I'm gonna keep the Mud Shot, I think. Yeah, for now. Yes, I have played some Infinite Fusion. I got past the triple fusion fight and then I stopped playing. But it is quite cursed, you are right. Okay. Ah, there's the Blizzard. That's actually huge. Oh, wait, no. Blizzard is only perfect accuracy in Hail. Never mind, I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, so I think that's what we stick to. This is realistically fine. And then Nero, also realistically fine. All right. It's Josie. I appreciate you reaching out, but at this time, I am not interested in that. I will keep you in mind though, just in case. I know, right? It's so over the top, truly. Like, we get it. I respect the hustle, but please no. All right, so yeah, let's put away Metagross. I mean, that being said, I did need to set up a Twitter, so I mean, it's not the end of the world. That being said, it's only going to be a Twitter for this, since obviously social media presence are important. All right, let's see. I really wish Ice Ball wasn't rollout. It could have been good, you know? All right, let's see what else. I don't think I'm gonna end up using that. Okay, we're good, I think. So we're gonna lead with Nero to get rid of the weather. We have a Shucka Berry because of the 2x ground. Thank you, HQ. May you and all the cats have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the lurk. Okay. Okay, we're good. Go team. We're gonna save again because I don't want to have to redo all that again. All right. I you have to do all the backtracking though, because I did leave. All right, let's see if we can avoid him like last time. Ah, not there though. All right, make sure Gyarados has the Gyarados-ite. He does. Awesome. And then, yeah, Assault Vest. Okay. Then after this, we're on to Claire. She takes over for Giovanni, basically, after you trounce him here. This is likely going to take a few tries, but honestly, that's fine. It's all about figuring out what you need, in what order, and then thusly how to actually get there, you know? We save right before we trigger the Giovanni 3 fight in case I have to rebuild my team. All right. We'll leave that there for now. All right, go team. Thank you, Lance. It's a shame, though, that in prior double battles where you have a teammate, they're hot garbage. And when you have to fight Brendan again, he has like an action replay team with like casual Deoxys and a bunch of other shenanigans, you know? But when you fight with him, his team is dog shit, and it's so annoying. So for example, when you have to fight with him in Silphco, he has a special attack-oriented Mega Sceptile, and he has a Masquerain despite fighting Firemon. It's so lame. He also has moves like Focus Blast, which have a 70% hit rate. So he is like actively throwing every single time you fight with him. But of course, when you have to fight against him, he has like a god team. It's very infuriating that the difficulty of that fight comes down to you being hamstrung by a teammate with a bad team. So yeah, Nero, Politoed to get rid of the weather, and then Nibbler. That's fine. We defog right out the jump. So we get rid of Psychic Terrain. Spirit Shackle kills Tapu Lele, which is fine. The fighting move from Scrafty is going to be an issue, but I don't think I die. Terrain is gone. Huge. Yeah, definitely not ideal. Okay, so what now? We want to swap out into Gyarados. We are going to Mega into a Dragon Dance, and then we're gonna try to sweep with like Aqua Tail / Crunch. Okay. Huge. Very, very huge. Very massive. Mega Mewtwo down. That's a huge threat gone. All right. So now we want to pivot out into Politoed. Now that the Sandstream setter has come in. The biggest thing is the weather's gone. Aura Sphere the T-Tar, huge. Ice Beam the Celesteela. It's not great, but I think we're fine. We are close to fine. Hell yeah. And we did it under-leveled. So actual first try. You fucking love to see it. Now we're gonna prep for Claire. She's the Dragon Lady. I'll show you her team. It's also a pretty gross team, all things considered. So she leads with a Aerodactyl, Focus Sash with Stealth Rock. She has a Booster Energy Roaring Mid, Multi-Scale Dragon Knight, Soul Heart Magearna, Gouging Fire of Monster Energy, and then a Nagana Dell Beast Boost Life Orb. Very disgusting. So I'm realistically relying on probably Swampert for Naganadel. Maybe Swampert again for gouging fire. Someone else, probably also ground-based for Magerna. Barbarical for Dragonite. A Fairy for Roaring Mid, holding a Chuck Berry. And then I need to find a good way to get around the Stealth Rock. I do not want Stealth Rock coming in. It's going to be a lot of damage that I don't need to take if I can help it, you know? All right. All right, so now it's Claire prep. Go team. None of them have Intimidate, so I can take advantage of competitive here. Actually, no. We're gonna, if we can't find someone who naturally outspeeds Aerodactyl, we have to hold a move like Taunt, because then instead of doing Stealth Rock off the jump, it'll go for, what's it called? It'll go for Taunt on the first turn, then I kill it, so it doesn't Stealth Rock. So that actually might be a case for Loaded Dice Greninja again, like last time. Barraskewda does outspeed, but then again, so does Iron Bundle. Let's consider, actually no, I can't. I can't get Iron Bundle because Iron Bundle is in Victory Road. So basically it's gonna be Greninja Ash, probably with Taunt. Okay, so let's start with that. Let's save because it's been a minute. I don't want to have to redo the fight. I could also go Swift Swim. I'm not gonna, but that would be interesting. Okay, let's see. So yeah, we absolutely want a Barbarical. We want Swampert. We absolutely want Gorbis, because that's a good answer to some of the dragons. There's enough flying that I'm not super thrilled about bringing a Fighting Mon. We do need Barbarical though. So that's a good start, I think. Right away. Let's see. Yep, 81. Oh, that's right. I need to adjust the level cap now. Right. You know what? I'll do that after I beat Claire. All right. I need it. Okay, good. That's fine then. But instead of Scald, I think I'll do Ice Beam because of the dragons. All right. Okay. Yes. Because the U-turn is still good against Dark, aka Roaring Mid. Alright. Back to Loaded Dice because we need to make sure Water Shuriken hits more often than not. We're hoping that because we have Taunt, Aerodactyl will go for taunting me instead of Stealth Rock. Where are you, Loaded Dice? There you are. Okay, so we lead with you. This is going to be Mega Swampert because that's my answer for several of the fire / whatnot dragons. Okay. Barbarical deals with flyers relatively well. Gazam. I'm gonna ditch Psychic for Surf, I think. Yeah, because Hydro Pump has 85 accuracy and I can't boost it thanks to weather. Alright. We will also... we'll focus Sash due to the fact that it's not fast innately, you know? And then we'll also go speed up to make me faster still. So that would be speed up, attack down. Alright, good. Nibbler, I don't think we're using Gyarados for this fight, realistically. So that leaves us with 2 slots open. Maybe another ground. That way I have some redundancy in the 3 Dragonmon that lose the ground. What do we think? Yeah, well, I actually have yet to use Barbosh, so this will be a good bit of fun. I'm pretty sure Whiscash can get Dragon Dance and Earthquake naturally, which is going to be huge because I haven't fought the Swampert kit, so I don't have access to it as a TM. Very nice. Okay, what else? Yeah, I think we're going to go physical. No. I forget what it needs to evolve. Let's check. 30. Okay. So that's rare candy. We're not using Thrash. The AI is too good for any move that like locks you in, you know? It's just not happening. All right. Yeah, Dragon Dance is nice. We take that. So it's gonna be probably Earthquake, Zen Headbutt, Dragon Dance, and maybe Wave Crash. Hydration. That's definitely not great. Let's go minus special. Let's go Adamant, I think. All right. Well, actually, I need to make sure I'm faster than Magarna. 65. Okay. We are not faster. So I'll go speed up. We'll go Jolly. What else does Whiscash have ability-wise? I don't remember because it's been a minute. Ah, Cash Splash. So basically, Water Bubble, but specifically to Whiscash. Okay. I might go Curse instead. I'm not sure. I could also go Assault Vest and forego any of the buffing moves, you know? Breeding. Let's see. It doesn't get Curse. Okay, that's mildly interesting. Okay, I could give it a Rock Slide. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go Wave Crash. Big damage. And then instead of Zen Headbutt, that'll be a rock move. We can go for Flinch It'll give us some redundancy with our rock coverage against flyers. Okay. Where are you, Rock Slide? There you are. Okay, good. Alright, so now we only need one more Mon. I'm absolutely going to be getting Volcanion because I need to bring fire to E4. I just don't have access to Volcanion because it's gated to raids that require you to beat all the gems. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna bring Wall Ring. Fur coat with assault vest, provided it actually learns some good moves. It'll be a bit of a powerhouse. We're even gonna give it a silly name so I remember. Tonk was the tiny tank. It was like a singular track on each side with like maybe 2 wheels. Very tiny, but it was the Tonk. All right. All right, good. All right. I think it is very oriented towards physical. Let me double check. I mean, technically no, I lied. Okay, I don't love that. Okay, so Ice Beam, probably Scald. Let's see what else we can get. I mean, it probably knows Serve instead, so that'll be more damage. Okay, so Ice Beam. We're not keeping Blizzard because it won't be hailing. I feel like it's never going to be able to use it due to how slow it is, right? I do like speed control. I have to see if it even has any other good special moves, because that kind of locks me in, you know? I may not be able to do, what's it called? Assault Vest if it doesn't have any other good attacks, you know? Alright, let's see. Wall Rain. Ah, it does get body press. Okay, that's good. So I guess it's gonna be a mixed attacker then instead of only one or the other. I mean, that's not bad. So yeah, we will make it a mixed attacker, I think. So we keep Surf, we keep Ice Beam, we ditch Snowscape, and then the last one is probably gonna be I feel like I have enough ice coverage already, so I'll nix Ice Beam for the other one, Body Press, because it does have pretty good defense already. Okay, we'll do that. And then we want to get Fur Coat so it takes half physical damage. Alright. It's also quite slow. Honestly, I'm gonna go neutral nature, just not to completely screw it, you know? Okay. Since it's a mix entirely, you know? Alright. I do need to grab Assault Vest, though, off of Polytoad. No. Move items. There you go. Take. Yep. And then... I mean, it is going to be a thick wall rain. It just doesn't have access to status moves. Since Assault Vest more or less says you can't do it. Alright. Yes. What about you, though, Wizcash? What are you doing? Right, Dream Patch. I mean, I could go Citrus. Like, that wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, let's go Cash Splash. Yes, we will go Citrus Berry for generic healing, since we're not doing like a leftover Salt Protect setup. We'll look them over one more time, then we're gonna punch Claire in the face and take her dragons. Good. Okay. Okay, good. Fine. That's fine. Alright, we can go get that now, so we'll save. This is also all predicated on the taunt triggering Aerodactyl's taunt, so I don't have to deal with Stealth Rock. Alright. And in this fight for hardcore, you can use fairy moves, but you're not allowed to use a fairy type, because Claire is full of hacks and cheats. Alright, save. Go team. Let's make sure everyone... Yep, okay, that's fine then. We're gonna go with Water Star. Okay. It's not enough. Okay, good. So we baited the taunt. So unless he swaps out here, no Stealth Rock. That's huge. Okay. And we get the Battle Bomb proc. What is this? This is probably Magarna because of the Flare Cannon. Yes, it is Magarna. We U-turn out. It was probably going Aura Sphere or Flare Cannon. All right. We go into... Let me double check. We go into Wizcash. Oh, it goes for the speed. That is terrifying. I hate that. Eat your berry. Smart. So this is probably D-Dance because it wants to be able to sweep, sadly. So that's fine. Maybe we get the flinch. That was not worth it at all, sadly. Okay, so we are gonna go into nice. Not bad. Not ideal. This is not great. So yep, that's a reset. Weakness policy. That was absolutely a goof on my part. I basically gave it a free damage buff. So I think that was a good start, but then I fucked up with the Dragonite. Okay. That's fine? Okay, so that's fine. It stays in. Magarino's gonna come in again. I'm going to go Water Star again because it didn't do an attack last time. AI, please AI, what are you doing? We're gonna go for Whiscash. It's probably gonna be swapping to Dragonite. Yup. Okay. You want to D-dance? That's fine. I can do it too. I'm gonna choose to believe this is enough because I need it to be enough. It might be enough. It's 2 Dragon Dances. It is not enough, and I hate that. So this is probably dual Wing Beat. Okay. The E-Speed was enough. Oh, that is no good. Okay. So, yeah, we cannot let it do any semblance of buffing, it would seem. That is nowhere near as good as I was hoping. I honestly thought I had Dragonite in the bag. I was not worried about Dragonite in this fight at all. All right, so we're gonna U-turn out and we're gonna save Pepe for Dragonite so he can't do a D-dance. Ow. Not ideal. Huge. It probably goes for E-Speed here. So, actually, no. I'm below half, so it could go E-Speed. Really? Oh! Too much damage. You hate it. But it's good because now we can taunt and he doesn't get to do any Dragon Dancing. All right. Not ideal. Okay, I might be faster now. I'm not. Okay. This might be fine though still. It is, okay. This is not a situation we wanted to be in yet. Okay. Nice. This is gonna hurt no matter what I do. Ah. Okay. I'm glad we ate our berry, but we're still in a world of hurt, you know? Yeah. This is not ideal. And we got there. Very nice. So it turns out not letting Dragonite D-dance, that was a big deal. All right, so now we're going to do a quick Breb, and then we're going to work on getting the Mon I need for Elite Four. One of them is Volcanion, and that's important because it's the only Water Fire Mon in the game that I can get, and we need that for Elite Four. Quick Breb. Okay, so Volcanion is level 85, and that's going to be huge. That being said, getting Volcanion is rough, and the reason why getting Volcanion is rough is a lot of the 5 and 6 star raids are difficult. As such, 10 turns or 4 Mon dying, the 4 Mon dying especially, it doesn't take much for the raid boss to just like one hit you and the other Mon, and now you only have 2 Mon left. So I remember in Mono Fire, I tried to get Volcanion, got wiped like 5 times, and I'm like, you know what, fuck this, I don't need it. And I didn't need it. But every time I've beaten Elite Four, I've had a fire type, a ground type, and a fighting type, because stab of those moves has been very useful in dealing with the Steelmon and other powerful typings in the back end of the Elite Four. So while I don't technically need Volcanion, I'm making it a lot harder for myself not having fire coverage. The reason why getting Volcanion is also going to be difficult is the cycling road and the route below it, and then on the flip side of the map, Route 12 and 13, they are weather routes. So Supercell, in order to ramp up the difficulty, Supercell being the designer of the ROM hack, made those zones have weather with corresponding teams. So cycling road, the route underneath it is sand and rain. That's the route I went because I felt a water team would be more suited to that than going through ice and fire. On the face of it, a sun route doesn't sound bad until you realize Grassmon have chlorophyll, and that means double speed in sun. And it also means grass is gonna be faster and hit harder to me. And because of the sun, water moves are gonna be less effective. And Volcanion is in the middle of the sun route. So I need to get Amon that I think is gonna help me get there, and then I have the privilege of getting Volcanion. So let's look for the Mon I wanted that I think is gonna help me here. All right. It's not ideal. All right. I could fight Erica for Ogerpon, but I'm not bringing grass into E4. I had to deal with that in mono grass, and it was not ideal. Oh, I can't even get it yet. Okay, never mind. So that's gonna make the route even more difficult. Okay then. Alright, that just got even harder than I would have preferred. Let's make our way to the sun route now. That being said, I can approach it from the fuchsia side, so I will be able to skip some of them. All right. Also, that's a bunch of roamers, but there's no water roamer, so I can't use it. It does also make it really hard to see anything on the map. At least on the overworld is what I mean to say. So yeah, I do get to skip some fights because I'm coming from this side, but there's still probably 2 or 3 Ace trainers I'm gonna have to fight to get to the raid den that has Volcanion. Thankfully, these aren't Ace trainers, so it's not too bad. All right. Oh, that's Hydro Pump, right? Nope. All right, that's Sigil F. Can't use it. I already did Psychic and I already did Flying. Flying was actually a cinch. Turns out not being able to get hit by ground moves when Lance has 5 Mon with ground coverage is a big deal. So it's gonna start to get painful once I get up here. You hate to see it, but we're gonna make it work. Alright. We're gonna lead with Nice. Since I have Accelerock. Yeah. Yeah, this is terrifying. As expected. Yeah, I am very likely gonna have to make a team for each one of these fights. I can also do safety goggles, so I can't be put to sleep at least. Alright, so knowing that. And then... No. All right. So we're basically gonna have to run Drizzle to make sure the sun doesn't stay up. All right. And we're not using Swampert since 4 times the grass. We're only keeping Barbarical because of the priority moves. Okay. So there's a Drizzler. And there we will grab Swanna. No guard means all moves hit, which is really useful. Alright, Palo Pepper as well. As long as we're getting rid of the weather, we'll be okay. Alright. I'm also gonna need safety goggles on someone just to make this fight a little easier. It basically means immunity to sleep powder, which is huge. Okay, so we'll lead with Politoed. That way we have weather out the gate and we save. Aha! Suck it. No more insta-cast Solar Beam. Huge. Okay. Next is Jolteon. I'm pretty sure I don't live this no matter what I do. So... not ideal. Definitely not ideal. Alright. There you go. Yeah, not great. Jolteon is terrifying. I may have to put someone in just for Jolteon. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I think. Yep, I have to. Jolteon is a menace. Watch him also have Hidden Power Grass, and I just like die. Alright, let's see. We're gonna ditch Barbarical for now. And we're gonna ditch Gorbis for now. All right. So we are gonna grab Swampert. And we are gonna grab... Do we though? And Whiscash. Okay. We'll also do Rindoberry on the pure water types because electric. Yumi, thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend into your Monday. I'm not doing bad. Thank you for asking. I am currently working on Mono Water, as you see. There is a raid den that has Volcanion, the only water fire type in the game, but it's in the middle of the sun route, so I gotta clear like half of the sun route to get it. The high level raid dens are also super difficult because they're like level 85 and they still have like the 4 chunks of health bar before you can actually damage them, and they'll like one hit your mon, so it's not gonna be fun. Other than that, the run is going well. We beat Claire on our second try. We were able to beat Geo 3 on our first try. The back-to-back battle took a few tries. What are you playing tonight? Resident Evil? All right. So yeah, I have to beat, I think, 2 ace trainers to get to that raid den area. I skipped Sun because it's basically oops all chlorophyll. How is the 7 days to die going for you? I caught a little bit of it earlier. All right, good. So Jolteon is terrifying. All right, good. That's fine. I'll make it work. There you go. All right, good. So we're gonna save so I don't have to redo that fight. Ah, he got me. Okay. I've always preferred to play games like 7 Days to Die by myself because I want to have complete control over everything that goes on in the game world. I remember playing with someone who had already had a server and they were a little bit of a control freak and they were always like trying to rush through stuff and it was outpacing me basically. Okay. So they did get spikes, not ideal. Thankfully, the rain is up, so they don't get double speed anymore. All right. Ow, but it's fine. That's what Pepe's for. He has loaded dice, so Water Shuriken hits more than not. All right, good. All right, now we're gonna try to get Volcanion. Yeah, I mean, gathering is always useful, so I can completely understand that. Does the server have any like crazy settings? Is it like a mod overhaul, or are you doing like the current release of 21, I think? I have to make sure it's actually Volcanion here. It's not always the right mon. So that's Victini. This is Chrysala. Chrysala again. So basically I have to beat one of them in order to get Volcanion to show up. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I always played vanilla, but I didn't like a lot of the changes that 21 made, so I play on version 20. Okay. So we need to get rid of Chrysella in order to have a chance at getting Volcanion. Yay! Psychic terrain! Hooray! Okay, nice. Okay, we'll go into Whiscash. I'm gonna do a little bit of a D-dance. Try to get at least one more in. Oh no, it has Power Whip. That's terrifying. Oh, and now it's gonna recover spam, which is terrifying because you only have 10 turns to catch it, you know? Yep, so actually that might be fine if it gets rid of it. If it still stays in, that's... Okay, so that's actually not bad. I can basically have it fail, and then I can get the one I need, possibly. Okay, that's not too bad. So I'm just gonna keep doing that until Volcanion shows up, because Volcanion's the only one I need. Okay. And Psychic Terrain doesn't allow priority moves, so my Water Star doesn't even work. Honestly, that's fine. It lets us recycle the encounters. Volcanion, okay, that's what we need. Now we gotta make a team to actually beat Volcanion. All right. So probably Kip, probably Whiscash, and very likely Swanna because no guard. But I may also want to go Drizzler or Politoed so we can set the weather. Okay. I think I'm gonna also need Pepe to taunt in case it has any recover BS. I don't know though what it's gonna do, so we'll test it out with Pepe, Kib, and Whiscash, and we'll go from there. Okay. That's fine. Max Flare literally one hits a Pokemon. You hate to see it. Yeah, everyone just dies. It's not ideal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lead with something else entirely. I mean, I still want to set the weather, but I basically just have to go all in on like Earthquake every turn, I think. Okay. Kip, Whiscash, Swanna. Not ideal. No. We got it. Huge. Yumi, do you want to name the Volcanion? It's gonna be making it to my E4 run. Also, in order to get more mileage out of the people who lurk and watch me, I'm only streaming 2 hours, 3 days a week instead of 4. My average concurrent viewers have been dropping. They're at like 1.6 instead of like 2.5. And I would really like to hit affiliate one day. Yes, Pompeii is fine. I was gonna go with a volcano themed name anyways, so I'm glad you went with one of the more infamous ones. All right. Also, Volcanion is nice because it gets water absorb, so that's one less weakness it has to worry about. It basically has to worry about, I think, electric, ground, and rock. All right. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not even starting out. I've been doing this for probably like 8 months straight, but I've been hurting myself by streaming more. All right, so now we're more or less gonna set up for the next rival battle. Then we'll pick up there tomorrow. We will also wrap up with a Pallas Cat video because they are adorable, and I only did a few earlier. Okay, so it's gonna be this team. So we probably go with, I don't know yet, ground something for King Gambit, ground something, water something for Darman. Okay. Yes, I did just make a Twitter, but I don't use Instagram or TikTok. So that is absolutely valid, having to use other platforms and get stuff going. All right. All right, let's start putting a team together for Rival. Oh yeah. So actually, since I don't want to get infected, since I don't want to be affected by Intimidate, and I don't want to take super effective damage from a fighting move, I'm gonna go with Pikachu, because Surfing Pikachu. Let's see. Alright, so Surfing Pikachu with the Light Ball, basically fake out in Thunderbolt. We will grab... I'm gonna keep using Greninja because Loaded Dice Water Shuriken, due to how squishy Darmanitan is. Keldeo, because Dude Bro King Gambit is really tanky, but not so much on the special side. Iron Bundle, not sure yet. Probably Safety Goggles Swanna to deal with Venusaur. Okay. Let's see. We don't need Politoed. We don't need to worry about weather overriding here. I'm gonna grab Surround and then Sven. I think that'll work. I haven't used the Pikachu in a while. I actually went out of my way to go to Celadon to get one so I could use it for Surge, because Lightning Rod, much like a Lightning Rod Goldeen, which made his Belly Bolt a free swap, and it was very funny. All right. All right, let's see. That's fine. Not Thunder, though. All right, so it'd be Thunderbolt. Okay, keep the fake out, keep the bouncy bubble, and we keep the E-speed. Okay. Keep that, keep that, keep that. We're gonna go Rockberry. Have you been able to make any more attempts at drinking water, Yumi? I understand what we talked about the other day, but please stay hydrated. Also, it occurs to me, would something like seltzer or other carbonated water work for you since it's carbonated like soda? Would that allow you to more or less bypass the mouthfeel issue? Awesome. I'm glad to hear you drank some water yesterday. All right. Because I used to drink seltzer a lot as a way to Jones off of soda. Okay, gotcha. So you do kind of have a life hack for drinking water. That's good. I wasn't sure if maybe it being carbonated, since soda's carbonated, that would be a way to trick your brain into being able to drink it. All right, everyone, we're gonna do a Pallas Cat video, then we're gonna find someone to raid, and we'll pick up tomorrow taking on 2 rival battles, Victory Road, then E4 prep in mono water. After that, we'll be doing mono normal. I stream every Monday to Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Pallas Cats, crime coverage when there's something I find interesting. Usually Sarah Boone, because her case is wild. And Pokemon. Let's break open the Pallas Cat vault. What do we want to go with this time? I'm trying to find the edge of the thing so I can drag it. There we go. I'm not sure which Pallas Cat this is, but I really love the X-File sounds. Ah! That's fun. Does a few sniffs at the end. I have one of Posy doing that, which we can watch again since Posy's such a good boy. His baby brother was born this year, and I think it's the Great Plains Zoo in Nebraska. They're auctioning the right to name him, and the opening bid is like $1,000. I mean, it all goes to helping the Pallas Cats, so I love it personally. We also have another one of Cat doing Big Sniff. This is going to be Posy's 3rd birthday. It was earlier this year. I believe he's also at that zoo in Nebraska. The adorable pink nose and those big sniffs. I'm gonna find one. Yeah, absolutely. Very curious. There's one more we're gonna go with, and then I'm gonna find someone to raid for the night. I'll stop in on your 7 Days to Die stuff tonight, Yumi. See if it's Oops All Gathering again, or if you get to kill some Zeds proper. Oh, and I would be remiss if we didn't have Mono Monday. love when they scratch their claws like that. It's so adorable. Let's see. Isabel Sharper, thank you for... Oh, Isabella Harper, thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. We are wrapping up the stream for the day. It was Pallas Cats and Radical Red Mono Fire. Not Mono Fire, Mono Water. I hope you're doing well. This is also more Mono Monday. All of these come from the Pallas Cat Discord, and they're absolutely adorable. Not much. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the follow. Sadly, I'm only going to be online for probably a few more minutes. We'll let this one run through one last time. Then we're going to find someone to raid. Do you like Pokemon? That's the main thing I focus on in my stream. All right, we did find someone to raid, and we will absolutely take advantage of that. So let's see. Yes. Let me just double check that they're actually online and not oopsie doopsies. They say they're online and they're actually offline, because that certainly happened before a few times. Let's see. So I'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be getting to Elite Four, and we will then be prepping for E4. We're going to raid Phantom XXU. He's someone who does Pokemon. I started watching him when I first started out on stream, and he gave me some tips, so I wanted to share the love with him. Thank you, Yumi. I appreciate that. I will see you tonight.